everyone, and welcome to Motivation Monday. So for the entire month of December, because it is my favorite month of the year, I am doing a Monday plan with me in addition to the December monthly plan with me. I just think for me, it just helps me to set the tone and get the week right and get going. So hopefully you're excited to be here. And I just realized I totally forgot to leave the description in the email to get the workbook, because the workbook is free because it's December and everything should just be free for December. So let me try to add it now. If you go to the last YouTube live, it was in there, but let me add it. And today might be quick too, only because I did a COVID test 5 minutes ago. That's why I was a little late. I just feel achy and sick. And yeah, I went to bed last night and I felt great. This morning, I just kind of feel like I'm dying. So I am going to just try to take it easy, and I am going to try to take the day to rest. And in the meantime, if you're here, just say hello and let me know how December is going for you. So we are in the second full week of December. So whatever you wanted to do this month, there is still plenty of time to get it done. Okay, I didn't put a thing there. I will do that. I forgot to create a link for it. I will create a link. If you're on my mailing list, you already have the workbook. If you're not, I will make that link for you as soon as we're done here. All right, so let me go ahead and try to share my slides with you. I'm going to do there we go. And I'm on the side, and aha! It worked. There's always that moment where I'm like, is the tech gonna work? Is it not? I'm using Ecamm because that's the only one that I can use my fancy camera with. So yeah, so week 2, you're almost halfway done. So this Friday will be the midpoint of December. Although I want to say, if you have holidays coming up or vacation, it's possibly already the midpoint for you. If you're peace out, I'm going to take the rest of the month out. But you can still get a lot of traction done. Stay positive, think good thoughts. You're going to make a lot of things on your to-do list disappear this week. I'm still hopeful, even though I feel sick. So it's one of those things where I'm do I go ahead and try to do some work, or do I just rest and try to take a nap? So I think I will try to take a nap. Anyways, you have a free workbook. I actually created this workbook in Canva. I am not a Canva fan. However, it was easier to create it in Canva than it was to create it in InDesign. It just made it so because it already had all these cute little Christmas things in there, so I didn't have to search for it. So that is what is waiting for you. So let's just recap the last week. So pretty much Monday Motivation always works like a basic scrum. We recap the last week. We talk about what we're going to do this week, and then we talk about any tools or any other things that we need to get going. Oh, Shelly, this month is going fast. It sure is. Christine, hello. This month is not looking good, but I'm holding on. Aw, I hope it gets better for you. And I hope my cold I don't know if it's a cold or the flu. It was so weird when the COVID test came back negative. I was like, is it really just a regular cold or the flu? I didn't even know those existed. Nobody ever even talks about that anymore. Anyways, so I held with Molly 2 Cozy Club getaway calls. So if you didn't know, we launched the Cozy Club getaway retreat. So there are only 10 slots, and 4 of them have already been taken. So there's just 6 slots left, and that's happening here in San Diego in April. So we just had what are called concierge calls, which I think are nice. So as soon as you pay, we schedule a call with myself and Molly, and we just talk about you, get to know you. We go through logistics and travel and clothes and food and everything else. And also, I think it just helps then because you kind of know somebody before you actually get to the conference. I know we really definitely wanted to meet everybody, so we were excited about that. Anyways, group coaching call. So I joined this is Amber Housley. So she had a retreat call. And so we just talked about, I just had questions. She like once a month, she just kind of like has a Q&A session. So I asked her about a virtual retreat. In case you were wondering if you're like thinking about throwing your own event, we were going to do an add-on virtual retreat. I know Molly really wanted to do that, but her advice was not to do it because it would cannibalize the sales for the people that are going to the in-person and then make them feel like it just wasn't as special, which was something I was worried about anyway. So instead, we're just going to do something else and offer a different format. So everything that we're offering at the Cozy Club Getaway, you can only get if you get away here to San Diego to actually do it. EventSure, she recommended getting insurance for the event. And she said to start a monthly retreat newsletter for the people that are coming, which I think is a great idea because it's so much time between now and when you go in April. One, we don't want them to forget it. Two, we want them to like still be just as excited as when they signed up. So I really like that. And then she also suggests that we send out event postcards, branded luggage tags, like little things to just affirm that you made the right choice. It's going to be a great time, which it is. And then affirmation emails like, hey, whatever you're thinking this time of year, don't worry, we're going to cover it once you get to the retreat. And then she said, which hopefully, fingers crossed, Molly can get more sponsors or any sponsors. So that's her area of expertise. So that's what she is taking care of. So that was part of last week. What else? I tried to work 8-hour days. I don't know if that like contributed to making me sick. I don't think so. I'm just sitting here in front of a computer doing nothing. But I did not do my daily walks like I normally do. Molly was traveling for family stuff. And so I could have walked by myself, right? Like there's nothing preventing me from it, but I just didn't do it without my walking partner. So anyways, 8-hour days are actually not that hard if I just focus and I just don't dilly-dally. Is it dilly-dally is a good word? But like basically what stops me from doing an 8-hour day is just me. Like I'm just like, here's what I'll do. I'll like eat a meal. I don't know if you do this in the middle of the day and I'll watch TV, which is weird because I never did that. What I used to do before, every time I had like breakfast or lunch in an office, is I ate it while I was doing work. Like I ate at my desk. And sometimes I went out to lunch with people, but that was like quick. It was like 15, 20 minutes. You eat, you're done, you throw your stuff away and you're back in the office. Right. So, so working from home is like this weird thing where I'm like, okay, well, what am I going to do to entertain myself? There's no one to talk to. I can't like check over to somebody on the other side of the cube to see if they want to head out for lunch. So instead, I just kind of pop a show on TV or a movie. And then all of a sudden, when I'm done eating, in theory, I should just push stop or pause. But I'm like, I might as well just watch this whole episode to the end. And so that happens. And that usually is what like derails my day. I have self-confessed, like if I had any vice, it's TV. I really just like TV, possibly more than is normal. So what I did, anyways, in order to work the 8-hour days is I did hit stop on whatever I was watching because I was like, you know what? I can just finish it at the next meal. I'm going to have dinner or I'm going to have breakfast the next day and I can just watch the rest. And that has helped a lot. What else did I do? I quit AI this month. I think that helped my productivity a lot. And I know that if you are breathing, you have seen something about AI and how like I had this FOMO. So like this time last year, I had purchased Jasper for like $1,000 and I was so worried about missing out. And I can confirm I used Jasper never. I think I used it once in a YouTube video. So basically I paid $1,000 for nothing. And ChatGPT, which is free, is much better. And you just ask it prompts. It cracks me up where people are selling these AI courses on what prompts to add. Like, I don't know. I don't know why everyone's doing it, but there's like this whole FOMO of missing out on this AI thing. And everyone's trying to say, oh, the future is going to be taken by jobs. Well, you know what? I was saying this the other day. The future is not going to be taken by AI. AI really sucks right now. It's not that great. Like it's good for a couple things like bouncing ideas, writing things. But honestly, they just look so scripted right now. And same thing with the images. They just look so AI-ish, right? And so it is like way too soon, I think, to think anything's going to change. Maybe in like another 10 years, things will be more evolved and a little bit better. But right now, I would say don't even worry about it. Like I quit. I didn't even know I had Lensa. Like this came up for a renewal, and I was like, I don't even know what that is. So I must have signed up at one point or another again because of FOMO this time last year, and I quit that. And everything that comes up with AI, I just delete it. And for a while there, when AI first came out, I was like on all of these different mailing lists where I was like, oh my God, there's someone that's like rounding up all of the AI news for me. I definitely need to read that. And so I unsubscribed from all of those things. And honestly, it has increased my productivity like tenfold because I had such a worry that I was doing things inefficiently. And instead, what was happening was instead of like doing whatever I had to do, I was like, maybe there's an AI tool that can do it fast for me. Oh, let me check this other AI tool. And then all of a sudden, like I had done nothing except look for shortcuts. So it's kind of like what I call the lottery lazies, right? You just are sitting around, you're not really aspiring to your career or trying to make more money because you're like, maybe I'll just win the lottery and that will solve all of my problems. And that's kind of like what I was doing with AI. So not saying everyone's doing that, but for me, it was like very much a toxic, like downward road of like inaction. And so I have quit totally for AI. Posted videos, I really didn't post a lot. I posted the one Planner Passion swag bag unboxing, and I did a secret video in the membership for Static Nails, which I have new Static Nails on today. I have the hot pink, they're the, what are they? The Mean Girls like sub brand inside Static Nails. I can't even tell you how much I like these. So the nails that you buy, I think the ones that you can get at the drugstore just aren't shaped very well. But for whatever reason, the Static Nails are shaped better. I don't know. I just love them. I think they look great. So you'll notice in the picture, they come out a little bit longer, but I have always had super short nails. So these are like probably the longest. You can see like there's just a tiny bit that I've ever had. And even then they're kind of long, but otherwise I can't type. So I just put them on and then I just cut off the extra long part and they work great. So it's been, how long's it been? It's been like only 3 days since I've had the hot pink on and I really like it. And yeah, so that is my go-to. And it's mostly too because I have, as you know, panic attacks and anxiety. So sitting through a nail salon appointment is like really difficult for me lately. And I feel trapped or claustrophobic. So now I can just do them at home. And honestly, it's cheaper. So you just have to wait until they go on sale. So they had a Black Friday sale, and then I'm going to wait until they have another sale. I know that was a very long explanation for what's happening with my nails. What else did I do? Coachmas. So Coachmas slots are up. It's inside the announcement section inside of Heartbeat. So if you are a Planner Pixies member and you just like have so many questions or you just want to chat or like, I don't know, you just want to say hi, book a session. So this is this coming Saturday. Hopefully I will be fully like recovered from whatever this flu is, or maybe it just won't even come. Maybe I'll sleep the whole day away. That's what I always say to people when they're sick. I'm like, did you sleep it away? And maybe it'll go away. Because the last time I was sick, it was this time last year, I had COVID for the first time and I felt okay after a couple days. And so I went back to the gym. And then of course I was like super sick after trying to do a 75-minute run. So today, I did run this morning. I felt kind of weird, like I had a sore throat, and I was like, I'll just power through. Anyways, I learned my lesson from last year. I canceled all of the other classes I booked myself for this week, and I'm just going to lay in bed. So that is what I'm doing. And I even found, I don't know if anyone else did this, so I was watching TV when I had COVID, and because, you know, I wasn't moving, and I was just sitting there. But for some reason, the act of watching TV versus just sleeping also made it so it took longer, I think, for me to recover than when I just slept only, which I know is hard because you're like, that's so boring. And now that I'm looking at this picture, I tried to get myself snow, but it looks like I just have dandruff. But that's the Coachmas picture. I tried out Shebold stock. That was, they had a deal. It's like $29 a month, but they had a $10 off intro. And I almost bought the lifetime because I was like, so these pictures are like everything I love. This like bright, colorful, like pop of happy colors. And I'm so glad I only did the 1 month. And not because it's a bad membership, but because she only had a few of these. And the rest of the pictures were just kind of like, regular pictures, right? They were neutrals and beiges, and that's what I'm trying to stay with. That's the reason I quit Hot Stock, is they just had so many beiges. Then I don't know, I'm just not. I tried neutral. I did try that for a while, but at the end of the day, I really do just like color. So anyways, she did have a couple stock photos, but if you're expecting the whole collection to look like this, it doesn't. There were like only like 3 or 4 that were. I've already said this enough. It is my favorite time of the year. I mean, if you think about it, everything is just happier this time of year. All right, so let's talk about your 1 December goal. Do you even remember what it was? I don't. So if you don't remember what it was, this is always a good time to reassess and say, okay, so if I don't remember what it was, I probably haven't started working on it. And maybe, is that really the goal for me? Like, did my priorities shift? Is something else happening? Am I sick with the flu? Maybe you need to do something else, or maybe you're just wasting time doing silly things. Like, I always joke that I try to take all these cat selfies. The cat clearly has zero interest in taking a selfie picture. Having a cat is not like having a dog. The cat is not excited for all the things that you want to do. So because of that, I was saying, like, for me, it was definitely the TV was what was ruining it. I was just turning off my heater. So you need to like dig deep and ask yourself, are there things that I'm wasting time on? All right. And then you also need to ask yourself, like, how committed are you? Does it really align with your overall objective, or is it just something you thought you wanted to do, but you don't really, like, your heart's not into it, your feelings, you're a million miles away thinking about some other goal that you'd rather work on instead. So anyways, I did remember once I got to the second side, my goal for the month was housekeeping. So there's a lot of things I want to do. I want to wrap up 2023, close it out. So there's absolutely nothing on my to-do list I promised to the membership that I would do, and I didn't do. So that's what I am working through or towards for this month. So what do we have here? Oh, so then the second question you need to ask yourself is, do I need any tools to like finish this? Do I need resources? Do I need help? Do I need to buy a workshop? Do I need to purchase coaching? And for me, I just needed more time. So I don't know if you know this, I hate cooking. I can't stand it. It's the reason like New York City was the best place ever for me, except for the weather. And so I 100% was like, you know what, when I have to cook, it takes me like 2 hours to make something. It doesn't matter how simple it is. Like, and also I think too, because I've never had children, it's one of those things where I think when you're a mom, you learn to be a short order cook. The kids are hungry for breakfast. Then they need a mid-morning snack. Then they're hungry for lunch. Then they need an afternoon snack. Then they're hungry for dinner. And then they want dessert. You basically spend your entire day cooking for kids, doing laundry, cleaning up after them, and then trying to entertain them and keep them alive in between. So I have never had to do that. And so I've never really learned the art of like cooking quickly. And I don't enjoy it too. So it takes me like a long time to look up a recipe, then go to the grocery store, then figure out how to like read the recipe again and cook it. So it's always like a 2-hour ordeal. So I've decided for this month, I'm just going to stop trying, because I was trying to eat healthier, and I'm just going to get takeout. And it can be healthy, like Chipotle, Luna Grill. Like, there's nothing, I don't do burgers and fries. Although I do love Shake Shack, but mostly because I just don't like the taste of it. Like, I don't like Jack in the Box or Whataburger or I can't even think of the other places. I don't like any of them. So, and they always have super long lines anyway. So I'm just going to try to do more takeout, less cooking, or even food delivery. So that's what I need for me for this month. And then you need to look at, like, what does your week look like? Do you need to block out time so you can work on that goal? What's your energy? Do you need to get rid of something? I need to get rid of this cold, this like flu symptom. So I definitely need to sleep, and then reassess later. Are you getting overwhelmed because you gave yourself so much stuff to do? Health is something like you want to do health-wise, a habit that you should make. So, just try to be a little bit more realistic, because I feel like I do this definitely a lot. I'll have this huge lofty goal of something I'm going to create, but I know that I have tons of other things that I have to do already. And so I don't even know where I was going to find the time to fit it in aside from just not sleeping. So yeah. So here's how you check how your work looks. So what I like to do is I just take everything I know I want to do and I put it into buckets inside ClickUp. So like, I know what I want to do for Pretty Fabulous. I know what I want to do for the day job. I know what I need to do for writing and all these other things. And so I just kind of do a data dump of everything into all those lists in ClickUp. And then each day when I wake up in the morning, because I have a better sense, like once I like take a shower and do my makeup and sit in front of the computer, like sometimes it's like 8 a.m. Sometimes it is like noon. And I'm like, what have I done all day? And so I know then how much time I have to work on stuff. So I'll add stuff one by one from ClickUp over into Llama Life. So I really like Llama Life. I did a video on this in the secret video area of Planner Pixies, but Llama Life lets me estimate, put a task in there for the day, estimates how long it'll take, and then I stack tasks one on top of the other. And based on how long I think they'll take, it'll tell me you will be done with today at 4:45 p.m. or something. Or it will say something ridiculous like you'll be done tomorrow at 5 p.m. because I've added way too many things. So that way I can kind of like self-regulate and take things out or put them back in, like depending on what I need to do. And I never have to worry like, okay, well, what do I work on next? Like I know exactly what I need to work on next. So for me, that has been a really great system. I used to say, before I found Llama Life, I was using Sunsama. So Sunsama kind of does the same thing. It has an integration with your Google Calendar and with ClickUp. And so you just take your ClickUp like tasks and you put them into Sunsama. So the only problem for me was with Sunsama, I was putting things into my schedule in Google Calendar. So like I knew, okay, like I need to work on this at 2 p.m. Then I need to work on this at 3 p.m. And what would happen was 2 p.m. would come and go because somebody needed something at my day job. Or, I don't know, the cat was sick and throwing up. So like it just pushed everything out. And then I kind of felt like a failure. It's like 4 p.m. I still haven't done the thing that I said I would do at 9 a.m. And so I found it kind of self-defeating and, you know, things on that task just didn't get done. It had to be moved over to the next day. Whereas with Llama Life, if I don't work on something, it just kind of sits there in the queue, and then the clock at the bottom just keeps updating itself. Like, hey, work on this tomorrow. Hey, work on... And then I don't have to worry, like, if I didn't get to something, I'll see it tomorrow in the morning when I wake up. So I'll know I have 4 things from the day before that I need to work on that I didn't get to, and those should be priority before I add new things. So I just really like it in case you're, like, looking for an electronic system. I used to use a paper, pen and paper, and I still like that sometimes, but this has also helped as well. All right, so my priorities for the week, and you have a section in your workbook to work on, to like write down what yours are, is Planner Pixies, housekeeping. So I haven't done any of the book clubs for October, November, December, so those all need to get done. The template catalog, I've been promising that, I think since last year, so that needs to get done. The Advanced InDesign Challenge, that needs to get done. The Cozy Club Getaway, we're doing a live stream on Monday on MacGuffins and Cozy Mysteries. So Molly and I trade off, and next Monday is my turn, which Monday's going to be here before you know it, like in a week. So that's on my list of things to do for the week. Plus, I need to make slides for it and a workbook and send an email to let people know what's happening. And then we have one more concierge call to do this week. And then we need to sell the other 6 slots. So we need to get on that and figure out how we're going to do that. So those are my priorities for the week. And I'll probably just print this out and just keep it there at my desk. Now, in theory, and I wrote these stretch goals last night before I knew I was sick this morning. If I had more time, I would also like to do finish all of my website freebies, something I've been planning to do and promising to the bigger audience for a long time. And also record a YouTube video and do Card Deck 101, something else I've been planning and promising for a while too. So those are my stretch goals for the week. So just to recap, here's what you want to do to plan out your week. So recap last week, like give yourself a high five for whatever you got done. Doesn't matter how little or small. If you did it, you did something. And then 2, revisit your December goal. Like, did you have a goal? Do you remember it? Maybe it's just time to make a new goal and just forget about last week. And then determine what tools you need or books, right? Like I just need takeout food so I don't have to cook. I just need more time, and I obviously need to rest so I can feel better. And then plan out your week. So, and I shared with you my planning method, which is ClickUp and Llama Life. So Hopefully that was helpful. Let's see, did anybody else join? I will post these slides inside of Planner Pixies. If you are not in Planner Pixies, you can still get the workbook if you're on my mailing list. Hey, Patty, Tony Horror Writer from Knoxville, CG Elmore from Oklahoma City, and Karen. All right, I hope everyone's having a wonderful start to your week. I hope nobody else is sick except me. And I will talk to all of you next Monday. So we'll be back here next Monday, same time, same process, and hopefully I will have done stuff. And hopefully you'll have done stuff too. All right, I'll see everybody later. Bye.